Alright, today I'll be making a video over Mac tips for teachers, students, and some of the basics on Mac. So one of the first things that I'm going to be showing you is change the way Finder looks. So when you want to change the way Finder looks, you can go up here to the top, and this is for like if you're more used to Windows or something, or you like kind of the iTunes-y feeling. The other thing that I'm going to show you is really helpful is how to save a file really quickly. And this is helpful for like PDFs. So let me open up a PDF for you. Alright, so I'm just going to open up this PDF right here, and let's say for example I'm annotating this thing, and kind of PDFs are a little tricky to save, so if you just hit Command S, it automatically saves it. You can select files consecutively also, and the way you do this is you hold down the Shift, select the first and last file in the set. So by that I mean, let me open up a file. If you open up, let me switch my Finder back to the way I like it. So if you hold down Shift, and then select the first file, and then the last file, it selects all of them in a list. Or you could just do the normal, highlighting feature, whichever one works for you best. And then you can select files that aren't consecutive. So you would hold down Command Shift, and then select the files that you need. So let's say I only need these 3 videos, or in that one. Then I don't have to select them in order, and I don't have to grab one, then drag it out, grab one, then drag it out. This is a lot more convenient. And the way you do that is you hold down Command plus Shift, and then select the files that you need. And then how to send files to the trash, very easily. So let's just show you something. So let's say I made this folder and I don't really need it. I hit Command Delete, automatically sends to trash. I don't have to drag it. Kind of saves a little bit of time. And then to empty your trash is Shift Command Delete, and there you go. That's kind of, you don't have to use that, but it kind of helps me out a little bit better. And then paste something quickly. This is really helpful in case you're doing like an English project or something like that and you're just getting notes. So let me just open up a Word document and I'll show you. Now let me just go get something online. Copy and paste. So let's say I needed, let's use this. Let's just say I was using this as a source, which YouTube isn't a good source, but let's just say I was using this as a source. If you hit Command V, it pastes it. Instead of clicking off and then hitting paste, which is a lot more time consuming, you can just hit Command V and just keep hitting it and keep pasting. So this is a lot more easier to use. And then this is probably my most useful tip that I could give, is finding a phrase or a word on a website. So let's just say I let's just find a Wikipedia page over chemistry. Alright, and let's say I needed to find the word bond in this. All I want to look is for the word bond. So if you hit Command F and you look up bond, it comes up, if you look at the top right corner over here, it says 1 of 32. So that means there's 32 words or phrases that contain the word bond in it. And I can keep going, and then I highlight them in orange. And then the ones that aren't highlighted that it's on currently, it's in yellow. And this is really helpful for if you're trying to find like information and you only want to find certain information and you don't want to read the whole page. And I use this quite frequently. So another tip right here is force your Mac to restart. Sometimes people have problems when they come to the help desk and their Mac won't restart. And this is usually what I do. I hit Command, Control, and the power button. And you hold that down and it forces your Mac to restart. And this is for if you're having any problems. Another common one that I use is the Open Up Task Manager, or Force Quit the Apps. So if you hit Option Command Escape, it comes up with all the apps that are in use right now. So let's say I wanted to cancel iMovie. I could force quit iMovie, and there you go. And this is useful for like when the apps are bouncing up and down and they won't close and it's really causing problems. You can just use Option Command Escape and then force quit the app. Another tip that I'm going to give you here is take a screenshot. This is useful for like if you're doing a video project or something and you want to show like the computer screen or anything else. And so you hit Command Shift 3 and see how it just took a picture, and then that saves it into your desktop right here. So here's a screenshot I just took. Well, I don't need it because it's just a plain desktop. So let's say I want to take a screenshot, but I only wanted a portion of the desktop. So I didn't want the whole thing. So you hit Command Shift 4. See this little, if you can see in the middle of my screen right now, there's like a little crosshair. So you can highlight what you want to take a picture of, and there it goes. Just made the little sound and it took a picture, and then there it is, right on the desktop. So those are useful for like projects and whatnot. And you can switch windows within the same app. So by that, let me show you. Let me open up a bunch of these Word documents that I got here going on. So I just opened up a bunch of random Word documents that I've been working on throughout school. And if you hit Command and then this little squiggly line, then it switches the windows. So then you don't have to go do this, lower it down, lower it down. You can just hit Command squiggly, and it switches between the windows. And I use this a lot because usually I have a lot of Word documents open, and because I like taking notes, different kinds of notes throughout the different classes, and that's very helpful. And this is a tip, and also kind of to save battery. All these widgets over here, while they're in use, we don't really use them. I don't find myself using them. The only one I use every once in a while is the calculator. And the way you kill these widgets or shut them down is you hold down Option, and it comes up an X over them when you hover over them. And this kind of saves battery life also because we don't really use these. Okay, and then my last one is to hide the dock. Sometimes in Word this gets, I know that if the dock is on the bottom over here, that it gets in the way sometimes. So the way that you hide the dock is Command Option D. And then it just goes away to the side, and then Command Option D brings it back. So those are just some tips that I can give you guys. Some of them you won't use, some of them I use all the time, but some of them are nice to know in case you need to use them, kind of like that force your Mac to restart. And that's it. Thanks.